with all the powers that were vested on former President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, he couldn't afford handing over the instruments of power to the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, but instead handed over the instruments of power to President Ruto while smiling. Indeed, it was a long con. And in this episode, I'll just like us to outline only the nitty-gritty details as to why I strongly believe it was indeed a long con. But before we concretize into the facticity of the con game, in case if you're watching me for the very first time, kindly just consider hitting on the subscribe button. If you have been watching my videos and you have not subscribed, kindly just consider hitting on the subscribe button. And more so, if you're watching me from a different platform, either Telegram, TikTok, or Facebook, kindly just head on to YouTube, search for Mohamed Sudi. I'll be the first right person to pop up. If matters socio-economic and political matters are your great areas of concerns, you can just consider hitting on the subscribe button so that each and every time that I upload a new video, it will automatically reflect on your notification panel. And by so doing, you'll simply be supporting my content. And on to my first reason, up to this juncture, people have never noticed that the former president was the first person to be given a job by the incumbent president, William Samoei Ruto, of which that happened less than an hour after he was handed the instruments of power. Now tell me, where on earth would you employ a man to whom had been blocking and fighting you left, right, and center for a period not less than 5 years, just trying to block you attain your dreams? And as they say, sisi sio waji.
Bwana, watu si wajinga bwana. Watu si wajinga vile mnadhani. Watu si wajinga.
And on to my second reason, up to this juncture also, I've never understood how the former president Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta managed to convince the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga to seal and block all the loopholes that were mainly purported to be used for rigging the elections. You can imagine a person has been stealing your victory through some porous holes somewhere. Then now that you've joined hands, the guy decides to convince you to block all of them, instead of he using the same tactic that he'd been using to make it very easy for you winning. He makes it the vice versa. In such a scenario, winning is always next to impossible, and that is exactly what happened in the just concluded general election. And the unfortunate thing is that the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga couldn't see that because he was so much obsessed with his dead presidential dream. And on to my third reason is that it didn't require you to be a rocket scientist for you to read and understand their body language during the handing over ceremony. At many times, someone's body language shall always express very confidential message, even other than when they speak verbally.
Na ni dhahiri shahiri kwamba anakuwa amri jeshi mkuu wa majeshi yote ya ulinzi ya Kenya.
And that is exactly what we witnessed during the handing over ceremony. And on to my fourth reason, we all saw President Ruto running to Mama Ngina just to receive blessings. But neither did we see the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga doing the same. And I'm saying this in the context that this could be a well-orchestrated plan just to strike the right chord to the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. Because they can use their war of words with the first family to pin Raila down, in the context that if the first family has been paying tax, then who are you not to, if indeed he's not been paying tax? And on to my fifth reason as to why I strongly believe it was indeed a long con, and for Uhuru to disentangle himself from the con game, then he should come out clearly and be seen in the maandamanos that the Right Honorable has been attending. Ironically, Uhuru accepted a job offer from President Ruto, to whom his candidate of choice, the Right Honorable Raila Odinga, has been delegitimizing the legitimacy of President Ruto. Now, who is fooling who here? Because the chairman accepted a job offer from the president while his candidate of choice is still living in denial. But all said and done, politics of deceit, betrayal, and conmanship have been taking center stage in ODM, if not Azimio, since time immemorial. The position Babu was promised during the campaigns, he was shortchanged and it was given to somebody else. Raila's purported number 1 and 2 fans are the latest victims of conmanship, and we've seen them crying left, right, and center of the same matter.
Tumeriski 90%, tumeriski, na ikifika mkutano kama hiyo, unaona sasa official, wale wanajiita official wanakaa VIP, wanachukua opportunity ya kuanza kutunyanyasa. Na huu anasema ya kwamba venye President Gaucho amesema ya kwamba Mheshimiwa Raila Amolo Odinga si mbaya, lakini wale watu ambao wanamzingira, wale wabunge, MCA, governor, senator, women rep ndio wabaya. Ukiangalia ile mkutano ya jana, wale vijana hatujui walitoka wapi. Hiyo ndio number 1. Sisi na President Gaucho ndio inafaa tukae VIP. Hata sisi tujihisi kweli tunapigania baba, na tukifika kwa mkutano yake tunatambulika. Hatufai tuwekwe huko wananchi wananuka jasho na pia sisi tunanukia huko jasho. Na iliali pale tunasukuma hii gurudumu. Ukiangalia watu wenye wamefanya Raila Amolo Odinga kufufuka kisiasa ni bunge la mwananchi. Pale tunapiga kelele. Jivanji na President Gaucho akiongea pale Jivanji, mimi niko Jakaranda. Mheshimiwa Raila Amolo Odinga mwenyewe amechukua responsibility ya kutuita. Na akishatuita wanaleta maguni ati vijana. Jana nilikuwa na expect mimi na Gaucho ndio viongozi wa vijana. Lakini tuliona from nowhere watu wamebeba uniform, watu wamevalishwa kofia, ati sasa hao ndio jeshi ya baba. Ameenda paka Mombasa.
Honestly, the two have been deploying the political ambiguity purposely for the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, but here they are, they go unrewarded. Don't be a foolish youth when politicians take their sons and daughters to the East African Legislative Assembly. Where they take you best is in the streets for maandamano. And in the 48 laws of power, there is a law that contemplates, even in victory, learn to know when to stop. Because if they continue using the same script for so long, it becomes monotonous and it eventually backfires. We all know the Right Honorable has been using maandamanos as a method of negotiating with the government of the day. And in this episode, I kid you not, that method isn't going to work. But honestly, that has just been my opinion. If you have a contrary opinion to mine, kindly please just feel free to drop your comments in the comment section and I'll give them a right of reply. And as I end this, kindly please just consider liking, commenting, and most importantly, you can please click on the subscribe button if you've not. Thank you and may God bless you.